Can we talk about something that we are all dealing with? Our thoughts. Now, we often hear about overthinking and negative thinking, but did you know they are not the same? They might seem related, but they're actually two different processes that can affect our lives in their unique ways. Let's start with negative thinking. This happens when your mind automatically zooms in on the worst possible outcome in any situation. For example, let's say that you're thinking about starting a business. Instead of focusing on how to get it up and running, your mind might go straight to the thoughts like, I'm not ready for this, or what if it fails? Every step of the way, instead of planning how to succeed, you might find yourself fixating on why it won't work. It's like your brain is more interested in finding the reasons to quit before even you begin. For instance, if you think you need 2 to 3 lakhs to start the business, a negative thinker might say, I don't have that kind of money, so I can't start. Instead of asking, how can I raise this money, or what are my options? They are more likely to tell themselves that I cannot do it and then just stop right there. Now let's talk about overthinking. This is a bit different. Overthinking is when you analyze every possible scenario over and over again. Let's say that you're preparing for a job interview. Before you even apply, you might start to ask yourself, what if I'm not good enough? And what if they ask me a question that I can't answer? What if I get rejected? It's like a never-ending loop of what ifs, and that will leave you mentally exhausted before even you take a single step. Imagine you have already applied for a job and they call you for an interview. Instead of feeling excited, you start to worry about every little detail. What if I say something wrong? What if I don't get the job? You're not just preparing for the interview, you're mentally living through every worst case scenario without even realizing it. So what's the common thread between negative thinking and overthinking? It's your thought process. Both start with how you think, but they play out differently. Negative thinking is about focusing on why things won't work, often that driven by fear and limiting beliefs, while overthinking on the other hand is about getting stuck in a loop of endless possibilities, trying to figure out everything out in your head before you even take action. Dealing with these thought patterns isn't easy, but it's not impossible either. For negative thinking, you need to challenge those limiting beliefs. Ask yourselves, why am I so focused on what could go wrong? Start looking for that positives. Now, when I say look for positives, not on something irrelevant like how nice it would be if I could go on vacation, but more on the same negative thought process. Turn the questions into more curious way, like I don't have 2 to 3 lakhs to start the business, so how can I get that amount? What are my options? Should I apply for a loan or look for an investor? Let's try both. This way you know how to take actions to overcome that problem. And for overthinking, you need to recognize when you're in that spiraling and try to fix your focus on taking action, even if it's a small step forward. Remember, our thoughts have a huge impact on how we live our lives. The key is to be aware of them and take control before they take control of you. Stay tuned, because in future videos we'll dive deeper into how to manage these thought patterns and start living a more balanced and positive life. Should I say subscribe or should I say like? Anyways, do both.